back to PSGL F6. We are here tonight at Saudi Arabia in Jeddah, and it is for a track where it is very much on the limit at such high speeds and most corners on the calendar. And here you come to Brendan, and here alongside me to take you through it all is Felix. How are you doing today?
Yeah, welcome. Very good. Looking forward to the race. Only 3 rounds to go, so we're getting towards the business end. All to play for now. Only 4 points between the two championship protagonists, Kian and Tyrone. So should be a crucial one today for that one.
Yeah, it should be very crucial. This championship fight is starting. Is going to get. We'll have a very clear picture, maybe, of who will win it, or maybe not. You just don't know what could happen. As you said, 4 points. Obviously, Daniel in the Mercedes is also in the championship fight today, but he is he is 34 points behind Keane, so he would have to effectively win the race with fastest lap and have Keane DNF in order to get back into it. And even then, I do believe he would lose out on count back here, so I think he's probably out of it today, so it should be just the two Ferraris.
Realistically anyway, it's only between the two Ferraris. They've been the fastest drivers by a mile all season, and they are therefore also in the lead by quite a big margin.
Yeah, they have. It's been a case where the drone has took one more win, which may prove crucial should they end up in a tie, but with Daniel, we are 2 rounds after this, so he would still be, he's still fairly in this in a way, but he would need a bit of luck either way. And also I suppose Carlsbury and some others are still there at the moment, but realistically it's going to require a lot of things to happen. So here at Saudi Arabia, usually it's strategy, would you say medium, hard or hard medium, depending on how you feel?
In general, I think on this game, every track is a hard medium, almost without exception. There's maybe a couple where you can do a hard soft or even a medium soft, but in general you always start on the harder tire, just to make sure you have the, when you're leaving the pits, on 70 degrees. And the hards obviously take longer to warm up for that, which will lose some time. On top of that, also, you can't actually really use the pace advantage of a fresher tire at the start. It gains you a couple places maybe, but that's actually worth less track the time you will lose by being stuck in traffic on those better tires.
Yeah, it is against Saudi Arabia, particularly Sector 1. If you don't get your move done into the first gain, you're very much stuck behind for the rest of Sector 1 and on good part of Sector 2 until you get towards the DRS straights there, and even then you risk just being slipstream back if you overtake before the start-finish straight.
Yeah, the only real overtaking opportunities are the last corner, and right behind that as well, the start-finish straights into turn 1. Right behind each other, so normally you actually see drivers just waiting for turn 1 instead of going for the move into the final corner as well. On top of that, also, what you might see is people starting on the hards and then boxing very early for the mediums, and actually going longer on the mediums than they did on the hard tire. Because the tire wear on the track is actually not that high on the hards and mediums. We might even see people going for softs. I could imagine that around here. But I think the optimal strategy, if you are have a normal race, no safety cars, is a hard to medium. Maybe about, I would say 12 laps on hard, 13 laps on mediums. I prefer personally to run the medium for longer than the hard.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Some tracks, it feels like the mediums not only have the better grip, but also better wear. Because sometimes it's easier to get a medium up to speed without having to add on some unnecessary wear. So we have some people already out here in Saudi Arabia. It's not quite pitch black from night time, but it is going to be a very nice sunset. So temperature's probably a little higher than you'd think, but it shouldn't make much of a difference. And Skyline is first on track, and we have our championship leader out on track early as well. Let's see here. Let's see. It's very easy to lose the car here with all the high-speed corners coming one after another. So if you do make a mistake, you're probably going to fall down the order, and then, as Felix would say, you would be in bother then in the race trying to get past people.
Yeah, the big thing here as well is the DRS trains, which are crucial. Once you are out of DRS of that train, you cannot get back into it. There's 3 very long DRS zones, so if you aren't in the DRS train, the train will just keep pulling away. It's impossible to catch them on the same tire at least. You'd have to have a massive pace advantage to get back in that into that 1 second zone after being out of it. So it's very crucial to stay inside a DRS train early on. Don't fall back. Don't get into incidents. And yeah, because as I said, once you do, you are out of it for the rest of the race.
Yeah, it's just very much a need to keep up consistency here, and for some people, they may make one little mistake and it puts them out of it, or maybe puts them lower in the order, and even then that will cost you a bit. I believe TF Lynx is first person on the lap, but I suppose Felix, if you do want to go on board with somebody for a lap, why not? Our championship leader is going into turn 1 right now.
Yes, Kian just going through turn 1 there, he's going to be upcharging to 4th gear, I assume. Yep, there we go. Just going very, very close to the barrier on the left hand side next, and then right hand side for the entry to the next corner as well. Using 4th gear up to 6th for extra traction as well. Very much, yeah, look at how plump he's leaving the throttle right there through the S section. Just about still inside track limits on the exit of the S section as well. Using all of the available track on the banker lap already at the level that we have in even the 6th division of PSGL here. He takes all the speed through these very long left-hand corner right here, goes past one of the Alpines, who I believe is Skyline, who will then lap up ahead as he heads into the next corner, all the way to the left-hand side in the entry, up to the barrier, on the exit as well, using, again, all of the track and more of the curbs as well. Going to be opening up that DRS and OP Kian. I think this has been a very good lap so far. I think he is the second driver on a hot lap at the moment, only with Lynx ahead of him. Purple in sector 2, of course, since nothing to compare it to, purple by default. DRS open once again, one more corner, or more purple corner to go on this lap for OP Kian. All the way out to the inside on the left-hand king, and then into the final corner. Misses the apex a little bit, that would have cost him maybe half a temp or so. 28.3 by Lynx, very respectable lap time, but let's see what Kian can do. 20...
I think that's a 27.
Yeah, but the lap didn't show up on the leaderboard. That's interesting.
I think it'll show up in a moment there. That'd be the door
yeah.
20.2.
There we go, 27.4. What a lap
yeah.
from Kian. Almost a full second ahead of El Pinota, about 8 tenths I believe.
I think we've got to keep an eye on the other Ferrari here.
Yeah, Jerome just about to get over the line here. Let's see if he can get anywhere close to his teammate.
27.6. Not bad, to be fair.
No. Apart from, of course, his teammate. So yeah, as we have been seeing almost every week, the 2 Ferraris position in a league of their own, just completely unchallenged at the front. It is worth mentioning, Ferrari have a very good chance of winning the Constructors' Championship today. They are 78 points ahead of Haas, who are in second place, with only 58 points on offer after this race. So Haas would have to gain 20 points on Ferrari to stay in the fight. Of course, different point system in PSGL, only 16 points for a race win, instead of the usual 25.
Yeah, so obviously 16, then you do have fast points about. See that about 17 plus the. It is the 12. I believe the second place, about 29 points per race. So 102 points are available, including this race, and since the 78 points gap, there would have to be a bit of a swing, but with the quality of the 2 Ferrari drivers, you would expect them to be able to effectively seal this today, if not absolutely.
Yeah, I mean the Haas drivers have to put out a madness today, and the Ferraris really have to have a big nightmare really to lose 20 points, especially given how well they've been driving all season.
Yeah, see, if you do want a little summary of it, it's that, you see, Keane has, well, he's got 2 wins and 3 second places, while his teammate has 3 wins and a second place, including 3 1-2s this season, which really goes to show how impressive these two have been, particularly in the middle stretch of this season. Just putting together first and second places that will have pushed them on towards the championship.
Yeah, even last week as well, when the performances stood out to me, Jerome was running away at the front, nobody in his DRS, he will completely dominate the race, and Kian, meanwhile, got a drive-through for jumping the start, and with no safety car, still came back to P3, being on the back of the eventual P2 finisher Daniel for the entire race, pretty much. So it's yeah, really impressive performance in Brazil as well from those two. Kian currently 4 points ahead. I would say Kian has been maybe the faster driver, and Jerome the more consistent one. Which is an interesting title dynamic.
I think arguably that the results would say otherwise, to be honest.
Yeah, but if you look at qualifying, for example,
yeah.
Kian has been those pole positions more often.
It is true, but in the race it seems that yeah, Keane has well, 3 second places, 2 wins, a podium, and he got 2 points at Spa, with his only DNF coming in the second round of the season. They were drawn. He has missed 2 races, and otherwise he's had 3 wins, a second place, and I believe he had 8 points in USA, 7 points in Japan. So that would have been probably 4th and 5th, I think. So we have these 2 out for run number 2. So,
yep. Daniel also just over the line, jumps into P3, 27.670, very close to Jerome actually, so Daniel putting up the 5 for the Ferraris right now.
Yeah, he is trying his best to keep with them. Obviously 34 points off, and well, with about 51 points available today, I do believe he may slip out if he doesn't beat Keane today though. So he would practically need to win this race just to stay in this championship fight. Well, I think a solid 3rd place would probably be his goal, and he's had a little half spin there, but he's already moved his lap.
Yeah, Kian is also just starting the second run, he's just finished first, actually down by a 10th there, even though I would say that it was a pretty much perfect first sector, so well, I can't even spot the mistakes, but it's enough to lose a 10th.
Yeah, sometimes you probably take a little more conservatively, but, you know, or maybe in some cases, will he get a bit back now in this second sector? Probably not, maybe not use as much tyres.
Oh, Jerome has lost it on his qualifying lap.
Well, has he
Jerome's
kept
second attempt down the drain. Kian is still down by 71,000 per second. He was, didn't go faster for the second sector, not enough to gain everything back. And I think he is gonna, yeah, he's abandoning this run, I think.
Yeah, I think he is.
He's very far to the outside.
So both runs slipping away the first time around. Yep, he's into the pit, so he's abandoning that set. And this track being the second longest on the calendar here, you think, if you're thinking about it, you don't have that much time to do runs, because you have to get around a lot of track just to get to a lap, do the lap, and then get around again to the pit.
So although I would say maybe the track length is a bit, there's a big difference between the track length and the actual track time. It's just about below 1 minute and 30. If you say second longest track on the calendar, you would think more like Spa territory, 140s, or even, yeah, Singapore also in the 140s. But it's much faster, and that's true because of the amazingly high average speed on this track, which is just insane, I would say, on a speed track.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty much insanity at nearly 250 miles an hour, or well, you're getting up towards like 350, 360 kph. That's probably at the end of a straight. Even then, a lot of this is just high speed corners. So you're constantly just up in the high gears and just hoping the rear end is stable. For some people, it's an absolute brilliant track, but for others, they probably don't really like it that much.
Yeah, it's very much a divisive track, I think. People either love it or hate it for driving on the game. I personally am a fan of it, both as a spectator and as a driver, but I can definitely understand drivers who don't like it as well. It's a very difficult track as well to get right. One little mistake and it's over. I mean, you're basically doing Monza type speeds while cornering with no runoff. Of course it's gonna be, you're gonna see incidents, you're gonna see crashes, you're gonna see people hitting the wall. Also important, track limits can be very, very tricky on this track, especially for the S section. So you might be seeing some penalties as well.
Yeah, that is very true. A penalty here could prove crucial, especially with DRS trains forming. So one penalty could drop you 3 places. And it might put you out of a championship fight or mess with your chances of taking a championship. Or even just getting a decent position in the championship to end off your season and start to make a case for the next season of PSGL season 32.
Yeah, big improvement from Itch just there, just getting I believe 7.5 tenths, jumping into P5, 27.776. We've got 5 drivers in the 27s now, with Nicolas Volta just about outside of it, by 1,000 of a second. So, yeah, 2 Ferraris, they're still very far ahead, especially Kian, of the rest, but maybe not quite as far as they were early on in the session, which could of course be down to the fact that they weren't able to complete their second runs.
Well, Keane is doing another run here. Let's see how this first sector has went. 2 deads up is looking good.
That's impressive.
It is indeed. Very, very impressive. We might, if he continues that kind of pace, you would see him breach the 26s.
I mean, that would be something outstanding, I would say. Like, 26 is,
I think it was right in the limit
time
here.
for reference, time per reference is 26.5. So, to get within half a second of that in a qualifying session is very, very strong.
Yeah,
because of course, time trial, you have infinite retries, you can push as hard as you want. Time trial times will always be faster in the qualifying. So to get anywhere close to that would be simply outstanding. Let's see, he's going to the final corner.
One more. Obviously Max Verstappen was a victim of this in 2021. One runner too many. But now...
Keane isn't though.
Keane isn't. He's not. And now he's up to the line. It's 27.0.
What a lap by Keane.
It is.
That is special. 5.5 tenths up on anyone.
Can't. Jerome's still in the pits. Don, if we see how much time we've got left, I think if the AlphaTauri could speed up, that would probably tell us, but I think we're...
Yeah, the yellow flags are constantly out right now, which makes it difficult to tell. I think I'm not really making a bold prediction by saying I believe this is going to be the pole lap. I don't think anyone is beating that, like Kian.
Yeah. He has enough time for them to beat it though. That is the thing.
What do you mean? 5.5 tenths gain for Jerome?
I suppose.
Or Daniel, or whoever else. That would be something else. I'm actually interested in knowing. I would have to check the times in F1 maybe what a 27.0 would be, because I could imagine that being a decent time in the F1 division at least.
I do believe we'll probably know in an hour or so, but by then we will be in the race.
Right, the F2 stream is actually currently up, and pole there was a 27.2.
I think. Well, this is no.
Of course, can be different track conditions, but Kian is currently faster than the F2 pole position. So Kian has done something special here.
Yeah, I believe. Well, obviously this is a no line tier, so judging by that pace, I think the likes of Keane and Jerome. Well, maybe it is track conditions. I do believe it is a little darker in F2.
Yeah, of course. I would say if Kian is doing F2 pole position times 2 times faster than that as well in F6, surely we have better track conditions right now. But still, special lap from Kian. I would keep an eye out for him next season. You might be seeing him in a very high tier.
This is the kind of thing that can get him a title and then also proves he's got not just got pace to win F6, it's pace to put him up a couple of tiers after. So see, now Jerome's got to try and prove himself here.
I think Jerome is aiming for P2 at this point.
Yeah.
More fighting Daniel than fighting Kian.
Keane has retired now, so is he going to take pole from the garage? We'll find out soon, I suppose. Obviously,
last left now. Nico hasn't validated in turn 1, so Nico will not be improving anymore.
Well, will he get around in time?
Oh, that'll be very close though.
Be close.
He would have to really push on that cooldown lap.
He'd have to take a few liberties as well, maybe. Just take a few curves here.
Controversial, yeah. Cutting a few corners, of course. It's an option, I guess.
Well, man, you can't really cut here either, so I suppose if he just takes a slight liberty with track limits and then just...
Jerome is now starting.
That's the only way to make it. Yeah, Jerome, he's into turn 1. Now he's really keen. It's slowing fast out, feels like the best one for that corner. But obviously each to their own. And now you really took in there because you were able to really hit inside that curb and not in Balde. Now just keep it planted. It just looks a little less stable than it did with Keane. Just down a little bit less, but it loses you a lot of time. Yeah, although 2 tenths up on his previous best, so it is 2 tenths closer.
Yeah, Daniel is just down the lap as well, so we're keeping an eye on his sector times. Maybe just stay on Jerome and we can compare. Could be very close to P2 here.
Do keep an eye, that is the checkered flag, so anyone who's on a lap now can complete it, but otherwise you are done. So now in the second sector is kept improvement, a purple say, oh god, there are
Jerome. Jerome is out. Daniel is actually down by a 10th in the first sector, or a bit less than a 10th. So Jerome might still keep P2, of course other people might also be improving. But Daniel is the one I've been keeping an eye on.
Yeah.
He's of course the closest right now.
I think Jerome was pushing so much, he thought maybe he could get Leon as went second. With
out of nowhere, yes!
He's out of nowhere. But, and now Skyline, so VIR are just starting to
Daniel's in the wall as well!
Oh, and now you know, and Jerome, I have to, Daniel, they've made big mistakes here. And it's cost
McKenton is on its way to finishing a lap, everybody ahead of him is finished, the entire top 11. Lynx is just about to finish one as well, let's see if he can jump off the field. Oh, he can't, doesn't improve.
No, I think Kenshin could jump up a couple of places here, particularly if he finds time in this last sector. We'll find out in a second. It is good enough for 10th, so...
Giano, the last car, still driving, but he's also on his way to it, so that's that. Jerome only in P4, and the fact that I'm saying only is telling.
Yeah.
But crucial for the title fight, he's 4 points behind Keen already, and now he's 3 places behind him on the grid as well.
Half a second. Half a second. Oh, well,
that is a statement of intent.
It is indeed, but my thing is, can he keep that up in the race now?
Yeah, I would say with that kind of pace, anything other than a race win would be a massive shock for me now. If you can keep up this pace, I think it's basically over for the race already. We're gonna be seeing a fight for P2. So I guess I hope he can't keep it up, so we can actually see a battle between the likes of Kian, Skyline, Leon, Jerome, Daniel, and the rest of the grid.
Well, based on that kind of pace, the only thing that's going to throw his race off would be a badly timed safety car, a la Sergio Perez at this track this year. So, here's your qualifying results. It is Keane with a dominant pole position, 127.0, and that is almost half a second clear of Skyline, who was able to sneak into P2 at the end. Robbie Leon, who was temporarily P2 before being beaten by his VAR friend. Drone, not good quality, line 7 P4, Daniel P5, Nico P6, Elpitor P7, Drone P8, Nicholas Bolter P9, Kentra P10, the Sam P11, Mike P12, Eddie P13, Casper P14, Nix P15, Kuhn P16, C P17, Yarno P18, and Julius P19. There is your grid for this race, and now it's time to race.
Yeah, something interesting to note, Drone is saying he was on for a 27 flat as well. So apparently Drone can actually equal Keane's pace. At least that's what he's saying. Of course, we can't confirm it. But you were saying he was up by a significant degree, so maybe he is actually, he was up by that much, and he could have gone for 27-0. Could have maybe even beaten Keane.
You don't know. Honestly, it just didn't quite happen for Jerome. He was improving, but it probably wasn't to the extent that he would, especially in that. With that last sector, you can only improve really so much. Maybe if a good exit would help, but whether he would have done enough is a whole other question.
Yeah, but I think he was definitely on for a P2, so he'll be disappointed to be down in P4 right now. But of course, Saudi Arabia can be a chaotic race, and we're ready for the race already. No formation nap, so we should get ready for the lights to get on.
Yeah, so it is just waiting now. It'd be interesting to see what tyres to go on, whether they want to go long and hard first or maybe have a quick stint on the medium. So we will find out very shortly. And it is, well, no formation lap, so 5 red lights will be on now. And don't look, whenever it's there, it's lights out Saudi Arabia and we go racing. Let's see, has Keane got the start he wanted? Yes, he has. But Jerome's already looking to try and make up ground. He's already got one position. Can he make it up back up to P2 here? It's getting really close, but...
Oh, crash in the background, most Red Bulls. It's out!
Oh, it's
out!
Elpitor out immediately here. That is
a virtual safety car, I believe.
Just a virtual. Keane has already opened up a 1.5 second gap.
Jerome has jumped Leon up to P3.
Yeah.
We've got Nick Kenshin, Mike and Nicholas Beuter on the mediums. CJWZ on the medium as well, and Carlsberg on the soft. The rest of the grid is on hards. So Carlsberg is going for something completely different here.
I think Carlsberg wants to do a quick stint and then the hard tyre. Maybe just take a gamble that there might be an early safety car. He has... If the safety car VSC go on a VSC round for maybe a full lap or so, he could make a good gamble here.
Oh, box in the first lap and stay out the entire race.
I suppose
that's a big gamble, but it might actually work. Maybe with a full safety car. I think a VSC is not quite the time game he needs.
Yeah. Well, we're back to green. It won't really work.
Jerome is immediately on the back of Skyline.
Yeah, immediately he's looking to make up ground here. If he can sort himself out now, he's got a nice exit. He's nicely tucked up using that ERS. But looks like Skyline has got a bit of straight line speed to his car. But now Ferrari closing, and dives down the inside of one. Will he be able to keep it there for 2 to force off track? And Skyline's a bit out of shape, but now Jerome is as well, and all this is doing is helping Keane just fly away. And now a gap that was less than a second between Skyline and Keane is now 1.6. This could very much make it. This race almost.
Yellow flags for It's Cool Man, who is spun around in the back, but he's got going again. Should be a safety car.
Yep, he might even catch back up here if he's lucky.
Yeah, he's not too far behind. Of course, the cars ahead will be battling, especially in these very long trains. So even with the big disadvantage not having DRS now for next lap, he might still be able to get back onto the back of the pack.
I think Jerome here, he just needs to make that pass stick this time, because he knows that he's already lost time because he couldn't make it stick.
I think he's too far behind now. 5/10 is a big gap, but let's see. Is he gonna try anyway? I think he is.
I think he's just pushing to catch up to him so that he can be as close as possible through that last corner to try and get the exit. So now we're through 27 and the... So now... Oh, and just you see Skyline, he's got a very good acceleration up at around 7 before it starts to even out. So Drone probably going for a setup that's quick through corners, but then you just see the lower stick of the Skyline that had to probably just not quite settle on it yet.
Worth taking the word Cardsway as well. It's already up into P7, and he's gained 7 places in the first 3 laps. So really using those softs early on, make up those places. Let's see if it works out for him in the end. He's gonna end up keeping all those places he's been gaining.
Yeah, that'll be very interesting here. Can he just keep this?
Oh, he rolls up into the Skyline!
Oh, he's went for it. He's got it done.
Ambitious, but he's done it.
He's done it. Doesn't quite catch that, but I imagine it would be a little reminiscent of Yuki Tsunoda's overtaking the cliff at the outside, and Skyline's made a mistake. Start to get out of his, and he set a purple sector too. So
close.
Daniel, he wasn't able to quite do what Jerome did and simple laps to make up places, but he is still 5th, not too bad for him. Cardsway's now up to 6th.
Another place gain. Cardsway is doing very well early on here. Oh, a bit of a slide, but he kept it going.
He knows
very low on ERS though as well, so he might end up getting stuck in this position now.
You see, he knows he can make moves there because with others ahead, he's not going to lose out on the DRS. And now with the softs, he'll just be able to make up time if necessary. As you see, McLaren, Williamson, Red Bull battling. So Lynx, Bolta and Genshin.
Skyline with a penalty now, second time penalty very early into the race.
He seems to be struggling here in this race. Maybe he has went a little too quality based on his setup and is costing him here now.
Just had C_JWZ and Nick Kenshin going side by side for the S's. But thankfully both getting out just fine. But that was definitely a sketchy place to try something like that.
Side by side in Saudi Arabia it's a precarious task, and one you'd need to have trust in the other driver and yourself to get through it. So
Jerome is very low on ERS here, down to 15%. So he's trying to push away from Skyline, get outside at the ERS range, and I think he's done it for now, but he's outside 1 second, but Skyline was still inside the 1 second at the detection point. So he's probably gonna get back into it here. Yep, he is.
yeah,
Big task for Jerome if he wants to pull away from these guys.
Yeah, huge task. If he can just do enough, he has the fastest lap now, so it looks like he has a bit of pace here he could use, but admittedly that is with ERS usage, so whether that's his absolute real pace or not is still up to for debate here. And he's just lost a nearly 2 tenths there, going too deep.
Yeah, I think Jerome is as close to the limit as he possibly can be right now. And he is just able to break the DRS to Skyline. There's too many DRS straights on this track to actually break that DRS even if you are faster. Jano and C both penalties as well at the same time.
Yeah, so those first some penalties towards the back, I'm just struggling for grip. Oh, and yeah, he's struggling for grip, alright, he's just spun it. 360 it walled.
Wow, there might be some rearing damage as well.
Oh, that's
and the front damage as well. Oh, yeah, that's Jano's race very much hindered by
Probably
that
rear
one.
wing damage there nearly, to be honest. He's hit the wall there with the back of his car.
Yeah, twice as well, and very heavy impacts both times. I think he, I'd be very surprised if that rear wing isn't damaged. Skyline is up the inside of Tyrone.
Oh! That's a nod. Not that Yarno with the fuck. It has looked like Jerome's made a big mistake. The Skyline has just been using a bit of ERS. He's played
But they're
Jerome in
both
his
on
own game.
practically nothing. Both on 5% there, going to turn 1. Leon behind though has a bit more.
Oh, but
Might be in trouble.
Skyline's been his own mistake. And that's now allowed Jerome to seize back the second place. But Keane is just clearing off here. He's under zero pressure. The only thing that will put him under pressure here is the safety car. And
Penalty for Nico, who's currently running P8.
Oh.
Jarno now retiring in the pit lane.
I thought I was going to commentators. Cursed to Keane there for a second, but that was in the pit lane, so.
Skyline is not outside of 1 second to Jerome. Jerome and Nico going side by side as well. And Nico comes out ahead.
So, Nico is through. And see, Nico says a penalty, so Alpine's very clearly aren't really taking the best view of track limits here. So, now he's going to hamper the race. Carl's still in 6th here. Although
Yeah, but he's outside 1 second to the cars ahead, so I think the softs are maybe just starting to show somewhere. Could be under pressure from Nico behind now.
Alright. Let's see. We have
Yeah, I think Nico's gonna go for the move here. Should be an easy one for him as well.
Yeah, he
Flying
is.
past in the straight.
Right past. He's got the Haas.
It's Sharon going for it as well, following
Yeah.
Nico through up the
Oh.
inside into turn 1. Oh,
No,
not.
he thought about it, but I think he decided he'd rather not risk his wing.
Yeah, he went for it, then pulled out, and went for it again, then pulled out again. It was indecisive from Ichiron, I would say. And now Carlsbring is stopped outside of DRS, mentioned Nico, of course, bad for Ichiron as well.
You can see Carlsbridge is starting to really drop off there.
Yeah, those softs, it's only been 6 laps, and those softs are completely done.
I think a pit stop would be in order here soon. And so I think the Hart could get to the end from here.
Yeah, I mean, does he hold out for a couple more laps? I believe from like lap 10 onwards, maybe, the mediums might be able to go to the end.
Maybe that's what he's gambling on here.
Or waiting for a
up-
safety car.
And yeah, that would be the other idea.
The thing is, if he boxes now, he's outside of DRS to anyone who can get pulled along. So if he does go for a pit stop, it's also a very difficult strategy. Pull off, and Zem!
Oh.
Zem is out of the race!
Oh,
Zem has touched
that might
Ichiron!
deliver that safety car we were talking about.
And
it
virtual
has
safety car.
Or VSC.
Only a virtual, but
But
it might be turned into a full one. But I don't think it will be. Carlsby surely is not gonna pit.
this could honestly put Carlsbridge in the lead here of this race.
Perfect timing for Carlsby, I would say, yeah. If there's no full safety cars in this race, this could work out brilliantly for him. Medium runners are also in. Carlsby and all the medium runners are gonna box for hearts and go to the end.
Yep, it's a perfect strategy call here. Only problem would be a full safety car messing with the plans, but otherwise, no.
The question is, of course, how close he will be to Kian. I would say this could catapult him into the top 3.
DRS enabled here, but there's still yellow flags out.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the VSC is still out or not.
No, we
Definitely
are
got
good
now.
So now it's Sem out of the race.
Daniel and Leon. Leon has just passed Daniel, I think, or defended against him, one or the other.
He was a race winner earlier in the season. He picked up one of the podium, but it's been fairly inconsistent. It's either been a very nice result or it's been a DNF. Very much this season. In this case, it's another DNF.
So the current gap between Kian and Carlsby is 25 seconds. I believe the pit stop delta is also around 25 seconds on this track. if I'm not mistaken. So Carlsbury and Kian are actually about equal at the moment.
Particularly with tyre warm-up.
Oh,
you see...
Seep is spun!
Oh, Seep. Yeah, it's not looking good for Seep.
But he should be able to get going once he's letting everyone through.
I think he's properly out of his race now. He's not really going to get anything here unless circumstances prevail in his favour.
We've already lost 3 drivers in just 8 laps, so we couldn't lose some more. We might be seeing a safety car. I'm surprised there hasn't been one already. I think both El Pilotos and Zem's crash could very well have been a safety car.
Indeed, yeah. Any crash here in Saudi Arabia could actually be a safety car, owing to its nature, but with the game...
Yeah, I mean, in real life it's basically almost always a bad flag if somebody crashes. For good reason.
The reason with all the high speed, the impact will spill. So that is CF retiring in the pit, so that is 4 drivers out of this race so far. 2 retirements to the pit lane and then 2 crashes. And pit 2 obviously happened on lap 1 and then happened just a lap or 2 ago. So Carlsbury is still slipping out of range. So I suppose he's got to get the hard tyres woken up.
Yeah, I would say it's also just the pace of drivers, I think, at this point. Even at this point, the hard should be up temperature. I think Kian is just faster than Carlsbury at this point. So, yeah, Kian is pulling out a gap. But still, this could work very well for Carlsbury. It might put him ahead of Jerome, or at least Skyline. Of course,
that
also worth the guys behind him, Mike, CJWZ, Nick Kentrin, and Nicholas Boyd are doing the same thing. They might all get catapulted up the field. As Leon goes past Skyline for P3 into turn 1. And Elliot past Lynx, also in turn 1.
Yeah, Haas, it might not look so bad for the Haas drivers now. It wasn't a great quali, but Carlsbury was able to make a very good choice with his strategy, and it's, well, a bold choice, and it's paid off hugely. Because he should be able to jump a lot of places now.
Yeah, especially having used those softs early on, getting up the field, that the perfectly timed VSC. I mean, yeah, he was up, what, 7 places at one point, or 8 places even. And, yeah, he's gonna keep up that gain, I think, as he's got the best strategy in the field right now. With Daniel now also going past Skyline.
Yeah, let's see. They're still there. Is he going to try to keep it in? He is!
Oh, contact mate! Daniel is spun! Skyline is in the wall as well! Skyline is out!
Oh, and this
Nico was also... I think Nico might have hit his teammate there as well.
That is a safety car.
That's unfortunate. I really wanted to see how Carlsbury's strategy worked out.
Yeah,
but safety car, great timing for the hard runners, I think. Yeah, they're all boxing for mediums.
Oh, Keith's got 5 seconds.
Kian's got a penalty! Oh no! And he's crashed! Kian's crashed! He's been disqualified!
Disqualified? I don't think I've ever seen...
Has he been disqualified, or wasn't they...
I don't think I've ever seen a driver...
He's been disqualified!
I don't think I've ever seen a driver throw away a win in such a manner.
Kian! He was dominating the race. He had all the time in the world. He could have gone for the slowest pit entry ever.
Yeah, entry. And that was just gone. Jerome, he is set to take the championship lead with 2 rounds to go. And if this just keeps on going the way it is, this may cost him his championship.
So Kian crashing in the pit entry, getting a 5-second penalty for speeding, and then a disqualification. Not what I expected. I mean, such a great qualifying and race for Kian up until this point. The game turned him around in the pit lane, I'm being told by chat, so it wasn't even Kian's fault. He didn't crash, he just got turned around for no reason or what.
Yeah,
I think that's what chat is saying,
strange.
I don't know.
I must say.
Let me see if Kian has put anything in the driver's chat.
But either
I
way
imagine
now,
he's very, very frustrated now. Yeah, the game stopped him in the pit lane, so... Yeah, apparently an issue with the game there, which could very well cost Kian the championship. I mean, he's 4 points ahead. with only 3 rounds to go, 2 rounds after this one, and Tyrone more than likely will take home the championship lead today if he finishes higher than 7th now. What a development.
It's madness. I did not think of all things that would happen. It's that.
I mean, I thought we might see some chaos in Saudi Arabia, some change to the championship maybe, but not like this. I have never seen anything like this. Actually, I have. Hamilton at China 2007. It's quite similar. This might be Kian's Hamilton moment.
I don't know what to say there. Like, it's effectively like you've done all the hard work and it's now being thrown away because some unforeseen event. It's like making a project only for it for you to forget to click save, or your computer just crashes and you lose it all. Anyway, now it's Drone followed by Leon by Calsbury, and so you're probably going to have Keane, who's going to be furious because he's just been cost a win, and obviously a championship extending win at that, and probably his championship is going to be in jeopardy as well. Jerome, he's going to be able to take a win here that would put him on 4 wins this season, and also then with a healthy championship lead where he can just afford to finish second behind his teammates. It doesn't
if Tyrone takes home this win, he just got all the cards. He would have a, if he just takes a win without the process lap, he's got a 12-point lead on Kian. Which, well, be more than enough to win even by finishing P3 in the last 2 races. Safety car in this lap.
Yep, safety car.
We're going racing again.
We're in this lap. It's now all in your hands, Jerome. You've just seen your teammate get the squad himself taken out of the race by the game, so you now have a huge opportunity to make this race your own. Just do not make a mistake. It's all he has to do. But there's going to be others here who might want to have a sniff of that win. Like Leon, he'd sniff a chance maybe to put his name out there. Just prove a point. It's Jerome, he's got us underway. Has he got the restart he wants? He has got a good restart, so he should be safe to turn 1. Now Leon, he is a little close, but nowhere close enough to make an overtake. Bit of action going on towards the back here. Nico.
Oh, crash in the background. We've got one of the Alfa Romeos off. Both Alfa Romeos off, actually.
Yeah, both Alfa Romeos in the wars a bit there.
But they seem to have gotten away with it. Potentially some wing damage, I am not sure. I'm trying to have a look. Yep, CJWZ does have some wing damage.
Carsbury's a bit off here.
Now.
Yeah, Carsbury off, and we're just instantly fuming here. That virtual safety car has compromised what would have been a very good strategy. He's now down to 8th. Oh, and he's struggling a little bit. These hard tyres probably not liking the restart. Nick Kenshin has got a fight.
Oh, crash! Oh, Nick Kenshin is off! And he's out!
Just flew off. Oh, so
yeah, I think contact with one Elliott on the entry to the corner. Another safety car.
Another safety car.
Yeah, he made contact. One Elliott was on his outside and heading into the corner where he crashed. And I guess he made contact with his rear right, rear left wheel, and that sent Nick Kenshin to a spin. Down to 12 drivers now. Only 2 more DNFs, and we are at the point where everyone who is still in the race gets points.
Yeah, that is true. We are close to getting to that number. Obviously, the less drivers you have, the less drivers who can make contact, which can cause incident.
One Elliott is boxing.
Yeah,
Carsbury staying out now. See, I think the guys on the back at Hearts will box. CJWZ is boxing as well, of course, with the wing change.
Well, what tire do you pick
for
for that
mediums
at this point?
Oh yeah, of course, most people want fresh tires, fresh hards or mediums, either way to go on. So it makes no real sense to box for a new tire now. CJWZ is actually going on to softs.
Yeah,
which surely they won't last.
Well, I suppose with less fuel, Carlos and Calsbury was able to prove that they could work.
Yeah, but he stopped off after 6 laps. I imagine CJWZ is gonna box again at the end of this lap.
But when
go
you
back to the tires he was
take
on before.
into account fuel, Calsbury made the last 6 laps with a full tank of race fuel. This is only less than half.
Yeah, but it's almost double the laps. Maybe 9 laps of racing. In CJWZ now box again and go back to the tire he was on before, which would be the I think the medium. Yes, hard even. He was in the hard before this one. Well, Jerome, he had a good restart last time around, but he'll have to do it again. Another chance for Leon to put pressure on him.
Yeah. It means that Jerome gets a couple of laps closer to the end without having to defend place, but he also is he's going to have another race start where he'll have to try to defend himself. It is going to be important here. This safety car won't be too long, but any time is a time where you can make a mistake, even though the safety car here.
Got somebody pitting. Calsbury, CJWZ is actually staying out, so he's trying to make those softs last.
I think Calsbury knows now. He's got the advantage of knowing the soft tyre.
Oh, he's gonna go back onto them.
Yeah?
No, those are mediums. Mediums for Calsbury. His teammate Von Elliott also boxing. Let's see what he's going for. Also mediums.
I do believe so. Yeah. I think that was if you've got fresh mediums like Calsbury, it is the right choice realistically. Because they've got
great on Elliott's tires as well, so not particularly worn out. I mean, clean DSQ might actually open up a chance for Haas to gain those 20 points they need. Well, although currently they are on 0.
At the moment they would still be out of it, as there are only 2 cars remaining that are scoring points. But to gain 20 points, it's going to be a difficult enough task, because, well, the most you can gain with a 1-2 even is about 33?
29.
Or 29, sorry, yeah.
First lap and 12 for the P2.
I was just thinking of 2 wins, sorry. Yeah, it'd be 29. So you're effectively requiring them to make a lot of overtakes.
Yeah, if Haas finish 1-2 somehow from 11 to 12, Jerome has to finish 4th or lower.
Yeah.
For them to stay in the title fight. So even with 2 cars against 1, they are still very much on the underdog in this title fight. Even if they somehow keep it alive, they're still far behind with 2 races to go. But Jerome is getting ready for the next restart.
Yeah.
So head into the final corner, warming up those tires. Let's see when he will go this time round.
I think he's trying to catch them, and he has.
Yep, he's completely caught Leon off guard there.
He's got it done, very much. He's going to be under a lot less pressure than he was when actually started, so Jerome's already got that a little bit sorted.
Mike is boxing, interesting.
Maybe he's picked up damage to the safety car, but if we do keep an eye on the racing here, Nicholas has been overtaken by Alfa Romeo of CJWS on the soft tyre. So it'd be interesting to see where does he end up after all this. Maybe in a couple laps time and see how he's up to defend.
Yeah, might be seeing some team orders here in Alfa Romeo, maybe with Jerome letting him pass now and Cedric letting him pass later.
Oh yeah, that would be true. As you can see, he's just already catching up. Oh nice, we just picked up a penalty, and that's where we're going to compromise all his good work.
Especially on this penalty, this could really hurt him, because he will lose time in the end and people will be stuck behind him.
Yeah, it is a painful penalty.
Jerome is already close to outside of 1 second to Leon. And he's used about the same amount of ERS. So this is pure pace from Jerome compared to Leon.
Well, he does have lap with DRS for another lap or two yet. So he has time to build that gap a bit.
Got CJWZ passing his teammate around the outside into the final corner now.
Yeah, I'm assuming... Oh no.
But he's putting up a fight.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Alfa Romeo have got team orders here. But I'm assuming he's going after a length. Jerome picks up a fastest lap point. That's only going to help him further. But whether
there you go, CJWZ, it's up the inside, not a turn one, and this time he's going to dump.
Yeah, he's
no
got
chance for it's Jerome.
Jerome, honestly, he will gain the tie position back with penalties. The only thing is preventing him is being closer to it's Kuhlman, who, despite that earlier off, is in quite a nice position now.
Yeah, those safety cars allowed him to recover nicely. He is was last at one point, he's back up to 6th. Can happen quickly, especially a track like this.
Yep.
Jerome has pulled 1 second to Leon, he's done it.
Yeah, he's done it. That's the job he needs to do. Now he just needs to pretty much control. Just do everything he has to do to make sure that car finishes in P1 at the end of the race without having to actually push it too much. Just don't let him get near you here. As he's got a nice
exit. Has to make sure he's still outside of 1 second. Maybe Nico can help with that by attacking Leon, which he's trying to do. But he's out of ERS. Chat is asking how many rounds there are to go after this one. 2 rounds to go. After this one we've got USA next week, the Circuit of Americas, and then the last round at Silverstone. So this is the 3rd last race in the season.
Yeah, obviously. Circuit of the Americas, a very nice track for racing. You've got a long straight, and it's got the balance you need to make sure that people can try to slip through each other. And also a couple of corners as well. And obviously Silverstone being a fairly classic track to end the season. Might with a fast lap now, so at least maybe this might be a slight bit of comfort for Keane, because Mike has been able to just limit the points Jerome can get as of now.
Yeah, CJ has got a second penalty. It's up to 6 seconds now.
Oh, he's done so. He's got pace, but he's just having to go over track limits for it. And he's supposed to just try and make up places here. Because if he can do that, then he may be able to keep some points. You can just see it going off there.
He spun!
Oh.
He is still in the race, but it's no front wing left, so surely he's gonna be outside the top 10.
Oh,
Safety car again!
Oh.
Now might see people boxing for soft now. I would not be surprised.
Yeah.
Jerome is boxing. Leon is
boxing.
staying out. Nico's boxing, Daniel staying out, Lums staying out, it's Kuhlman staying out. It's Jerome boxing, Carlspring staying out, Elliott boxing, Nicholas Boyter boxing.
Oh, a front wing change for Jerome.
Oh, he had front wing damage. And he's still pulled away by over a second.
Well, good news to Jerome is he's only lost a position to Nico in terms of soft runners. But now he's got to overtake people. He's got to overtake.
Yeah, he has to overtake. Well, 6 drivers he wants to win this race, or 5 drivers, 4 drivers, not counting it's Kuhlman and Nico, since they have penalties.
Yes, but to get to the others, he may have to get through them.
At least it's Kuhlman for sure. Nico might also get into the field, since he's also on the soft. Very good shot, really though. And use track position.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's 6 laps to go, so not be, of course, early on they'll be very, very fast. But for how long will they be fast in the medium? Will it be for long enough?
I think so.
I mean, you can't also underestimate the tire wear. 8 laps on mediums could,
Are left. Yeah, could easily. The sauce will easily be fine.
yeah, they should be fine to go to the end. But it's 5 cars to go through for Nico, 6 cars for Jerome for the race win. And in Nico's case also a 3-second time penalty. It's a big ask. They have to really commit to those moves. Get them done as early as somehow possible. Mike is back in the pits and so is CJWZ.
Yeah, so now, here's your key. So I suppose the PSGL point system, I believe it goes 16, 12, 10, or 16, 12, 10 for your podium, then 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So 8.
Correct.
So 8. So 8 for 4th, 6 for 5th, 4 for 6th, 3 for 7th.
As of now, Jerome, if you finish P7 where he is right now, he would score 4 points.
Oh yeah, 4 points, yeah.
Equal on points to Kian. But of course, he's not gonna stay there, is he?
Yeah, I don't
Surely
believe he
on
will.
the soft to make it
He'll
places.
jump up 2 places because Nico has a penalty and it's Kuhlman has the penalties.
So he's P5 at least as of now, which would be 6 points, putting him 2 points in lead ahead of Kian. Then
That's
we will
not
see how
that
many more.
much.
Yeah, but of course, I mean,
It
if he
could've-
gets back into the race lead, that's a 12
Yeah.
point gap all of a sudden.
Yes, but that overtakes nearly an overtake per lap.
The question is, does he have the racecraft on this track? Would he run a lot of ERS when he gets stuck behind someone? We will see. I believe the safety car should be coming in now. Indeed.
So, well, we're going to get underway here now. Leon. Alright, in a minute.
Yeah, Leon is warming up those tires, ready to go for the race start. Let's see when he decides to go. He's pulling up the safety car, so he might go early.
Oh, you see, he tapped the wall.
Still waiting for Lee.
Or, no, he just... Yeah, he's
Nico
just...
is immediately gonna pass Carlsbury. Nico up the inside of Carlsbury. Let's see Jerome. Jerome is far behind, can't follow through.
Yeah, I will have to slip out here for a second there, so I'll leave you just to cover over.
Yep. Carlsbury has lost to Nico immediately. Carlsbury, of course, on those pressure mediums compared to the other medium runners. Might be of use for him, but he almost loses the car there as Jerome is right behind him. But of course, through the S section, no chance for Jerome to get past him. Contact between Kuhlman and Nico. Nico goes off, Kuhlman almost losing the cars while Nico goes past. Daniel with 3-second time penalty as well now. Jerome up the inside of Carlsbury. Can he get past him here? Yes, he can. Up into P6 for Jerome. He's right behind his Kuhlman as well now. Elliot hitting past Carlsbury as well. They're getting past his teammate there. It's Kuhlman has lost position to Nico in the meanwhile. Nico chasing after Lynx. Nico is already from the second of him. Only 3 cars to go for Nico. Jerome is side by side. No, not quite with Kuhlman. He's gonna wait for one more straight, I think, into the final corner. Maybe a chance for Ariel Jerome to get up into P5 to get close to winning this race. Yellow flags behind with that's Mike and CJ. Jerome is burning the head, gonna go for the move slowly into the final corner.
Yeah, he's got
up
to.
inside,
He
round the
needs to make
outside for Ariel Jerome.
And back to right. He's got done. He has it. Now.
Nico is going for a move on Lynx.
Yeah, he's going for it right. And he's got done well before. It's 4 for Nico here. He needs to have cars in between himself and Jerome if he wants to win the race.
Yeah, I think with the 50-second time penalty, Nico doesn't have much of a chance. He can maybe get a podium, but a race win is gonna be a big ask for Nico here. Leon is still in the race lead, could still have good chances. I think Jerome and Leon are the two main protagonists for the race win right now. Jerome has to get past these guys early as possible. He's taking more time than Nico. Nico's gonna go for a move on Daniel here, is he? Yes, he is, up the inside.
Yeah,
Shawnee has the grip for it.
He's got the grip. Yeah, Daniel couldn't fight that even if he really wanted to. Well,
and now Nico's gonna go for Leon. I mean, if Jerome gets held up by these medium runners, maybe Nico can pull out a 3-second gap.
Yeah,
down to
now
left
he's
drivers
got
as
two
he
cars
retires the
between.
pits.
It looks like Nico, he's really took the initiative here. But where he can just keep
Yeah, but
it.
Nico is out of ERS. 0%.
Yeah.
Jerome meanwhile 44, he's been more conservative with it.
Well, now he's got to use a little bit just to gain.
Yep, he's gonna go around the outside of Lynx here.
I think he can cut it out now. And he has. He's got it done. Yep, he's managed to get ahead of that McLaren just before.
Yep.
Elliott
passed Coolman as well, or is he? Going round the outside to the final corner. Side by side over the main straight now. DS enabled from now on.
Yeah, that DRS is going to help. So,
Elliott and Coolman still fighting. Elliott round the outside into turn 1, can brake later and gets up into P6.
Yeah, he's got it done
Jerome
there.
is now effectively P2.
That would be pretty much where he was meant to be to start off with in this race had Keen not crashed. But now, or well, not Keen had, well, not crashed, been disqualified or whatever did happen to him. It does seem really odd and unfortunate, but here it is. Jerome, he needs to take advantage here. He now needs to get rid of that car that's keeping him from Nico. You can see
Daniel is low on ERS, which could be crucial for Jerome.
Where does he make the move? He's using a little bit there, probably just to gain.
I'm thinking into the final corner. He seems to have some great exits through this next corner coming up right here. Usually. Gaining a lot of time on those medium runners. Not this time around, so maybe into turn 1.
Yeah, he's using it a bit now though. I think he knows he's got to make some bit of progress here if he wants to get near the race win. He's got
late on the brakes,
inside.
and Daniel's gonna go for a switchback, but no chance for him, doesn't traction.
No,
Jerome
the
up to
mediums
P3.
are probably just starting to reach a little bit of wear. Nico
Nico is
now.
completely out of ERS and can't get close to Leon. Leon keeps the race lead. And this is actually bad for Jerome, because he now has a car between him and the guy is actually fighting.
Yeah, that is the big problem.
And Leon is on much more ERS than Jerome as well. Jerome has to find some way past both Nico and Leon. Or at least Leon, if Nico manages to pass Leon. Without using any of that ERS, because he has none. He can't use anything.
What he needs is for Nico to pass. And then Leon to be practically shoved out of road.
Yeah, realistically he needs Nico to go for an aggressive move. I think on his own he can't do it at this point with the low amount of ERS. Daniel's off.
Yep, Daniel's off. He's now down to P8. That penalty was dropping him down places anyways, but it only just compromised him more.
Nico is so close to Leon, but still 0% ERS, so if Leon wants to defend, he can.
Yeah, and he's only gained 3% here. It's not looking too good for him if he wants to make a move. You just see him pulling away.
Gerard is going to go for Nico. Gerard is going to go past Nico quite easily.
Yep, he's made sure he's given himself the opportunity. He's took it to his own hands.
And it comes down to the last lap. Leon against Jerome. Who can come out on top? Can Jerome find a way past the AlphaTauri driver?
He's holding it here, Leon. I think he's playing a very smart game here. If he can just use it where Jerome's really going to gain maybe a last lap corner send.
Yeah, 50% ERS on Leon. He'll be saving all of that for the final straight heading into the hairpin for the last time. This will be so exciting, so close on the last lap here at Jeddah.
Jerome is probably thinking a lot right now. Does he go for this or does he consolidate what he has?
Penalty for Lynx will cost him a P3. Yellow flags as well for Daniel once again.
Daniel, yeah, is all gone wrong for him. He's going to claim a point, but it won't really be much consolation to him.
Yeah, this is an auto championship fight as well, I believe.
just look at the amount of ERS Leon has. He's only burn and just pull away.
4 tenths between them. 2 DRS zones to go.
He's using...
But Leon is pulling away.
Yeah, he's just got too much ERS.
I think he's got him. I think Leon's gonna win this race.
Jerome maybe kicking himself. He could have gained a bit more here. As you see coming around the final couple of corners.
He's losing. Yeah, Leon is pulling away. Leon will be winning this race as he heads into the final corner.
So, Leon, he's done the job. He took a gamble to stay out, and he's been able to use his ERS really well. So, it is Leon who wins in Saudi Arabia. Jerome follows home with a very good P2 for his championship.
It's Jerome jumps up to P3 on penalties there.
Yep, so it is a double Jerome podium. Nico just about falls off the podium. He had tried his best, but there wasn't enough. Elliot finishes 5th, Nick 6th, Nicholas Boyd 7th, Koolman 8th, Carlsbury 9th, and Daniel is 10th. Well,
yep, and that also confirms Ferrari are now the Constructors' World Championship winner in F6. Which, well, it's been decided for a while now, but now it's automatically over. Nobody can catch them.
Yep, so we have to say congratulations to Keane and to Jerome. So maybe if we get them in for a quick interview after this race for just to talk to champions, although I'm not sure if Keane will be in such stuff.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if Keane hasn't gone offline a while ago. But we might be able to talk to Jerome at least.
Suppose if you want to add Jerome.
Sure, I can add him to the party. I think I have him as a friend. Just waiting for it to load. There we go. Jerome. Saying can't add one. Can't add him now for some reason. Let me try again.
So here's your race results. So Leon.
Oh, because of the settings. Okay, so I don't have him as a friend. I can't add him. I'll
suppose you have to add him then.
Yeah, I'll send him a friend request. Hope he accepts. You just go through the results while I do that.
Yep. So Leon wins the race. He took the gamble and it paid off. Jerome with a very good P2 for his championship after his teammate was disqualified. Jerome, the other Jerome completes the podium. So then Nico, Elias, Lynx, Nicholas, Koolman, Carlsbury and Dye complete the points. Mike's the non-point finisher. DNF succeed, DWC, Genshin, Skyline, Sieb, Seb, Yardo, Billator and Keane, who DNF'd.
Right, Keane actually posted his incident, so I'll have a look at it now. I can tell you what happened. He goes into the pits as normal. And yeah, the game just took control and spun the car for him. And he got de-screwed for that. Yeah, no mistake from Keane, just the pure... But I don't know if the game took control, it definitely seems like a weird spin. There's no throttle input from him. He definitely should not have spun in that situation, so it's seems like some kind of game glitch. Which I mean, that has to be even worse for Keane than having it be your own mistake. Oh, there we go. Jerome has now accepted my friend's request, so I can add him to the party, and then we can have a quick interview with the Constructors Champion, Mario Jerome, representing Ferrari.
I don't know if we'll get Keane in. I assume he's not too happy, but yeah. We'll have him here in a moment's time. Here he is now, so Yes, yes, so, hello, Jerome. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you guys?
Oh, that's good. So, I believe you are now Constructors Champions, so you have to say, did you, how do you feel about the season now, especially we're wrapping it up with multiple races to go?
Um, yeah, for sure. It was a strong season for the Ferrari team. Yeah, I missed like two races in the beginning when I was on holiday, and Kian had some unlucky races as well. But yeah, the last couple of races we just been getting a lot of points for the team, and to get the constructors now is very good.
Hmm. Yeah, so you had a lot of 1-2 so far, but it would have been another 1-2 tonight, but would you be able to shed some light into what happened with Keane?
So there's this glitch when if you cut the white line a bit in the pit lane, which is allowed in PSGL rules, but when you do it, there's a chance the game will just stop you. And that happened to Kian, and because the car just stopping when he was going like 150 kph, he crashed into the wall, and then he reversed a little bit and got disqualified for blocking pit lane. So the
Oh,
game was really not nice for him there. Let's say that.
ah, that's a
So
fairly weird glitch, I must say.
yeah,
Yeah, I've seen the
I
video
knew
of it.
of it,
It's
but of course it's still unlucky. It shouldn't be in the game.
So now, obviously, just for you, the championship is it's looking fairly good for you now. So would you be aiming then in the final two races to just get the result you need, or go for the win anyways?
I think I'm 8 points ahead of him now. Um, so I don't know how much points. I think I can't finish P2 in both races to win it. That's the thing.
Well, on
yeah, I think you
countback,
would win on countback if you were to win both races and you were to finish second both races. He would win on
yeah,
countback. I'm pretty sure.
yeah. So I
Yeah. So
suppose,
I wish was gonna win tonight, but on the second stage Carissa I had damage, so I boxed a new wing and softs. So yeah, it was a bit annoying, but it's my own fault. Uh, yeah, I just wish I would have won the race, but P2 is good, knowing that Kian didn't score. So yeah.
yeah. So I think that's all. We'll have time for this. So thank you, Jerome, for joining us there tonight. Congratulations on the championship and good luck for the final two races. So that
Thank
is
you.
all for us tonight. Make sure to tune in next week then for a race at the Circuit of the Americas, where we could see the championship decided, but I would expect it to go on to the fourth, the final race here. So thank you all for watching, and goodbye.